Joe Rogan has responded to the shocking clip of Rampage Jackson's son causing chaos during a wrestling segment, leaving the fight community in disbelief. The viral video shows Rampage Jackson in what was supposed to be a scripted pro wrestling act, suddenly breaking character. Instead of following the routine, he slammed his opponent to the mat, knocked him out, and delivered a series of strikes on the downed performer.
MMA legend Rampage Jackson has a son called Rampage Jackson, and what I'm about to show you, in my opinion, is blatantly attempted murder, and I believe that Rampage Jackson should go to jail for a very long time. I'm not talking about months, I'm not talking about a couple of years, I'm talking 30 to 40 years at least, for what I consider to be blatant attempted murder from Rampage Jackson. I think that Rampage Jackson, and what I'm going to show you in today's video, is going to show you everything, okay? I have every moment, every bit of context, every single thing that happened in order, okay? Even some other moments here that I'm going to show you that a lot of people haven't even seen yet about this whole situation, because everyone's only reacting to this. End of discussion. You are a dumb animal that does not belong in society. You have forfeited that right because you have proven yourself as an unevolved human. Go sit in a cage for 30 to 40 years where you fucking belong, you dumb animal. End of discussion. That is attempted murder. I am going to give you context for this whole situation, but Rampage Jackson, the son of Rampage Jackson, is a dumb, unevolved animal with no understanding of thought process of anything, and he belongs in a fucking cage for the rest of I don't know how long, the next few decades at least. In my opinion, this is attempted murder, okay? We're gonna go through the context of this, which we don't even need to go through, regardless what happened, unless this guy over his shoulder just did that to him. There is no excuse for this behavior. Unless this guy over his shoulder just did exactly that to someone Rampage Jackson knows or loves, or someone who is Rampage Jackson, unless this guy did it to Rampage Jackson before Raja did this back to him, there is zero excuse. Zero excuse.
Yo, be honest with y'all, bro, I don't see how he doesn't go to jail. I like Rampage Jackson. You guys know I think Rampage is awesome. But after looking at that footage, bro, like, they need to get a lawyer. Like, me just being dead ass. Like, he needs to get a good lawyer right now and be prepared. They're 100% going to come in and arrest him for that. I don't know what they're going to charge him with, but slamming him with the way that he did and punching him that many times, he needs to find a lawyer. I don't even know why they're still on camera talking about it, to be honest with y'all. He should stay off camera. They shouldn't talk about this shit ever again and secure a lawyer and just sit tight, because the police are absolutely coming. There's no way they're not going to make an arrest after that, bro. There's no way. There's probably an insane amount of pressure on the local cops to do something, and that obviously wasn't in the scripted, wrestling event. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I just don't see a scenario where he doesn't get arrested, bro. I just don't see it, because the police department's going to be under an insane amount of pressure to do something, because it's so viral now. It's so viral, they have to do something. I hope the guy's all right. I hope he's not like seriously injured. That's because that could really create some issues too, if he's like seriously injured. So we'll see what happens. You know, you guys know I like Rampage. I don't know his son, but praying for the best.
Joe Rogan stated that moments like this are unacceptable, stressing that there is no excuse for attacking someone who is already unconscious. He explained that incidents of this kind blur the line between performance and real violence. Rogan emphasized that the shock comes not only from Raj's actions, but also from how needless the outburst truly was.
Attempts to take a defense in a court from a legal proceeding. The police have not arrested him, but we already know what happened, and we've got it on video, and it's gross. And it is an assault, and it is outside of what was agreed upon in pro wrestling. And so many people have made this mistake in sport before, thinking, well, it's up to the referee. whatever the referee says, but this was all part of sport. Like there is a piece of human psychology that works like that, but you have a police department that is in possession of this information and has not done an arrest. Why? Well, if Stu comes out and says this was all part of the spot, if he just says those words, no matter how much you're reworking reality and history, if he says those words, the police then look like fools. If Stu doesn't say those words and say, hey, this was not scripted, as a matter of fact, he's even given a confession. He's saying that he's doing this for retribution for something else that I did. You have a legal right to defend yourself. That's true. But there's a sustainable difference between defense and vengeance. And one of them is instantaneous, and one of them is premeditated. So the police are in possession of a video which is highly against the law, unless Stu comes out as a performer and says this was agreed upon. And you have no idea how far Stu would take that. Stu is clearly unconscious. In real life, he's unconscious, but is he going to come out and say that?
I wanted to ask you, I know you're close with Rampage Jackson. You guys are good friends. What was your immediate reaction to what his son his son did yesterday?
I was with him. Stream that happened. He wasn't happy. He's my friend, so I can't really overcome it. That Rampage was definitely not happy.
So you were Rampage when he saw the video. He was disappointed? Okay, cool. Well, hopefully they can get it all figured out. And so
he's
learning lessons.
I'm a father. He's a father. Obviously, he's very concerned with his son. He wants him to right, but he's also very unhappy. So, I don't want to get anything in Rampage, but not happy. I mean, would you be happy?
No.
But he's also very concerned because he loves his son, so he's very concerned. So that's a tricky situation.
Well, prayers to everyone involved.
Yeah, exactly. I hope everything. I hope the guy ends up healthy. Hope his son ends up okay. I'm sure. Okay, it wasn't a good situation.
All right. Thank you for your time, Drake.
It may have hurt as much as a little bouncy ball bouncing off the side of his head. There is no impact on that. He smashed a fake can of drink full of vapor and air on Raja's head. It's a wrestling gimmick. It's like getting hit with a fake glass bottle. So this guy is a wrestler that thinks Raja is in on the bit. Just like how Randy Orton, if he knew I Show Speed was coming to a WWE event or wherever he's wrestling at now, I don't know how it works, would maybe start a little interaction with Speed and hit him with a fake glass bottle. That's what this guy thinks he's doing. And you know what? I Show Speed would fucking roll with it because he's not a dumb animal that belongs in a cage. Okay? I Show Speed would fucking roll with it, and he wouldn't attempt to murder him later in that stream. Then listen to what happens. After he says he's not a worker, bro, calm down.
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck was that?
What the fuck was that?
You're good. I think the guy's regretting, like, oh shit, this guy didn't know this was going down. Starts grabbing him a bit.
You gonna sell it?
Yeah. You gonna sell it? That's what he said. Are you gonna sell it? Are we gonna make this happen? Are we gonna make a bit out of this? You gonna sell it? Selling in WWE or in professional wrestling is when someone gets hit by a fake move. It's all fake.
Don't come out on your mat, Juice. I know you keep thinking we're working. We're always working.
I know you keep thinking we're working, but we're always working.
I get it. Yeah.
I get it, Raja says again, after they've apologized and calmed down.
It was a complete loss of control in front of a live crowd, yet Joe Rogan has always spoken of Rampage Jackson with deep respect. On his podcast, he's described Rampage as a beast, an animal inside a cage, and one of the most entertaining fighters ever. His praise Rampage's knockout power, his aggression, his big personality, and the raw energy he brought to the UFC's heavyweight and light heavyweight divisions. This makes the discussion more uncomfortable, as many now wonder if Raja Jackson felt the weight of living up to that legacy, trying to mirror the same ruthless energy that made his father legend. Growing up under the shadow of one of MMA's most feared and respected fighters, some speculate Raja may have felt pressure to prove himself, which could explain why he snapped in that moment. Still, the fight community is not holding back. Fans, professionals, and voices like the MMA guru have blasted his actions, calling it one of the worst moments they've ever witnessed. MMA guru even remarked that it looked like an attempt to end a man's life because Raja simply wouldn't stop.
Rampage Jackson has responded to this, and this is where my anger comes from. Now, Rampage, of course, is going to very legally be delicate here. This is Rampage Jackson's response. I want to clear up the misinformation about my son Raja. There's none, it's on video, we all saw it. I've been confirmed that the wrestler, Stuart Smith, aka Psycho Stu, is awake and stable. Raja was unexpectedly hit in the side of the head by him moments before Smith's match. Raja was told that he could get his payback in the ring. This is not what they fucking meant, Rampage, and you obviously know that. But he doesn't want his son doing 40 years in jail. I thought it was a part of the show. Maybe shutting the fuck up right now would be a better option than this dumb shit. It was a bad judgment and a work that went wrong. I don't condone my son's actions at all. He suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago. He got mildly wobbled, not even dropped, by a half-power spinning kick. Should not have been throwing spinning kicks in sparring. He was mildly wobbled. No excuse for this at all.
This is what happened, chat. He went to a pro wrestling event with his coach and he hit him over the head with like a can, or I guess he thought my son was a pro wrestler or something. And then he asked my son, you ain't gonna sell it? When you in pro wrestling, when you sell, it's like, cause that shit fake. MMA, we do real shit.
Still, I'm qualified to speak on this, and dog messed up. And if it's Rampage, I love Rampage, but Rampage, turn your son in. He got to go lay down for a little bit. Like, if it was my son, that's what I would tell him. I mean, you a grown man, bro. You can't condone that type of behavior, bro. You got to go lay down for a little bit. We'll get you a good lawyer. You ain't gonna be in there forever, but you got to go lay down. I get it. He hit you in the head with a bottle beforehand. I get it. He shouldn't have did that. I don't condone that either. But to wait hours until the man was working, which we all understand, he playing a character and he was in character and he working, and then you sneak him, because that's what you did. I mean, you snuck him. He wasn't expecting that, and you, bro. They say dude flatlined and was unconscious for 6 minutes.
Punch after punch was thrown at someone already unconscious, and that's what many say cannot be excused. Rampage Jackson has come to his son's defense, arguing Raja was provoked and not in the right mental state. He revealed Raja had recently suffered a concussion and should not have been in the ring at all. Rampage insists his son isn't a monster but a young man who made a serious mistake, yet the backlash has been intense. Wrestling groups condemn the incident as reckless and dangerous, while fans insist nothing justifies the violence shown, and legal authorities are now involved with talk of prison time becoming real. The stigma is heavy. Was it uncontrolled rage, pressure from living in his father's shadow, or simply crossing a line that can't be undone? Rampage finds himself torn, heartbroken as a parent while knowing his own legacy is now linked to this. People even recall a chilling comment he once made about saving bail money instead of college funds for his son, a line that now feels haunting. The MMA and wrestling worlds, along with fight fans, remain locked on this story. With Joe Rogan's reaction and the wave of outrage, it's clear the controversy isn't fading. The question now is whether Raja Jackson will face prison time, or if this will be remembered as a tragic mistake made under the weight of a legend's shadow.